Alrighty, good morning ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the California Delta. If you tuned into last video, we had a really good day out on the Delta with my buddy Alden. Little 1v1 challenge. He got the best of me though. We were doing two different things. I was throwing a jig all day pretty much, getting a lot of good bites on the jig, but Alden was throwing the nice toxic baits, Wade Hogs, and he was absolutely cracking them. Obviously, I collected all that footage and made that video, but tell you what, going over that footage and seeing some of the fish that Alden caught and the bites he was getting on that Wade Hogs, I don't know, looked exciting and felt a little jealous. So today's one single goal, and it's wrapped up right there, is to catch a bass on the Wade Hogs. We're gonna commit a portion of our day to that Wade Hogs. That jig bite was crazy last time, so I'm sure we're gonna throw that jig. Like I said in the last video, that was a good looking jig, an attractive jig, if you will. So that's the plan today. We're on the Delta. Let's get at it and see what happens. No need to fuss around. Here she is, Wade Hogs. There's some of the craziest action I've seen in a bait. I'll be honest, I studied Alden's footage a little bit. Seemed like a lot of his bites were, as soon as he started cranking, like he'd make the cast, he'd let that bait sit for a second or two, and then as soon as he cranked it, one of those fish would crush it. And that's just a crazy looking bait in the water. You got one. Not a giant, but oh my gosh, look at that. First Wade Hogs fish. That was exciting. I guess this catches them in all sizes. Dang, stuck them good. Dang, I did not think this would be the size fish I'd catch on this. I thought my first Wade Hogs fish would be like a 6-pounder, but hey, that's okay. We'll take her. We achieved our goal in catching one off the Wade Hogs. I'm gonna keep fishing it, see if we can run into a big one. Time to pull out the other bait that I think we're gonna catch him on today. Like I said last time we were here, we got on a crazy good jig bite. This is probably what we'll mix and match with all day, a little wake bait and then the good old jig. I don't know, what do you guys think? That looks pretty good, right? I think it does, and I couldn't keep him off of it last time. There we go. Got her. Alright, we knew the jig would probably work today, but what's a little concerning is we just went through the same stretch with that wake bait and didn't get bit, and we run through it again with a jig and we do get bit, but I mean that was a little one actually. I don't know. Bite's definitely a little harder than I thought it would be. Salmon. Look at that. Freaking salmon. Big old salmon. Look, the bird got one of those crawfish. Had a nice little meal. So you'd think this should get bit, right? It's been tough so far today. Thrown other stuff too, just to mix it up. It's been slow. Cannot get anything going on like we did the other day, that's for sure. There we go. Not a terrible one, I think. Not prepared for this fish. It's not bad. It's actually a decent one. Okay. Man, it took a while to catch a keeper on the jig, but that's not really how I was fishing the jig last time. It's kind of throwing the jig up against the rocks. That was on the fall. Maybe I need to start punching. Okay. At least we got one keeper. Interesting. God. All right, guys, take a look at the clock. 10:45. Got what, one keeper and two dinks, and it has been a struggle. Man, it's been tough. Some little bites, a lot of fish missing it, but I think they're small, breaking off jigs. Time to just scramble, go explore some new stuff, keep mixing it up. I feel like, you know, if you cover enough water and you keep mixing up your bait selection, you're bound to run into something. So that's what we're gonna keep doing. It could be one of those days where it's just really tough, but tide's moving again, so that could help. We'll see. Oh no, look at that one. That's a bummer. That's like a 4-pounder. Oh, such a bummer. Dang. Dang. All right, well, at least we know there's some fish up in the rocks. A lot of small ones, but that's the first good one we saw. It's got bit right there too. Stole my pincher. Gosh, I gotta stick with the jig. It's the only thing I can get bit on. I'm pretty sure I'm losing all these fish because they are tiny little dudes. Yep, same thing. Yeah, saw that fish too. Well, you can see him down there too. That's a, oh no. That was a better one. Come on now. It's like 4 bites though, just one little stretch. We're gonna have to make a couple of passes. That was a better fish. See that fish just come up and eat the line? Okay, we gotta try something if they're gonna be doing that. You guys know what bait I'm thinking about? You probably do. It's not this. It is not a Choco. It is a bullet pop, or a popper. Granted, they were small ones, try to come up and eat the line, so maybe a little popper will draw a few out. I haven't thrown a popper in a while. I think we'll know within the first couple of casts if the popper actually will get bit. You should know relatively quickly. Yeah, I think we're gonna get some bites on the popper. I don't know if they're gonna be big bites, but first cast we got bit. I'm pretty sure that means something. Yep, got him. And that's the problem. The little guys were crushing the popper. I mean, look how small that fish is. That is crazy small. Wow. I think like the little bass are hitting the tiny minnows or the popper. Yeah, I mean, that was a better bite, but still crazy small. Ooh, I hooked him really gnarly like. I don't even think I should show you guys this. This is definitely rated R. Ooh. You can probably guess where I just hooked that fish. And it was not a pleasant sight. God. Whoa. A little better, I think. Yeah, it's a little better. Ooh. lot better. Oh, it's a striper. Dang it. I think that's my first ever striper on a popper. Let's net him. I don't feel like messing with this dude. Huh. Okie doke. Ah, easy fella. Little striper action on the popper. Okay. The good news is I think I found a pretty good population of fish at least here. Should definitely jacked up my hooks too. Always carry extra hooks and extra split rings. And I'll tell you one thing, that third fish, I was telling myself if it was another dink, which I fully anticipated it to be, that I was going to put the popper down and go back to the jig. But, I mean, if we're going to catch a few striper in the mix, I'm not opposed to it. So I guess we'll keep going for the popper bite. Oh, look at that, right at the boat ski. Not a terrible one. Interesting. Okay. Guess what, guys? It's popper time. It's popper time. I think we finally figured something out. One thing I've kind of noticed when they're like hitting, I don't know if it's all top water, but definitely the popper, is like I've noticed this year, like when the popper bite has been on, even the small bass and like bluegill will just like try to eat it, and that's exactly what they're doing today. So I'd imagine the bigger fish are willing to hit this as well. Fella. Not big, but man, it's a fun bite. Love seeing those fish blow up on a little popper. Man, little dude came and crushed it. That's a dangerous one. This is where we saw that giant earlier. I was hoping that was him, but this is little brother. Oh my God, he actually got stuck. Come on, it's that back hook that got him. Well, I'm sure this is real exciting for you guys, watching me catch a 4-inch bass on a popper. Aggressive little dudes. Oh Lord, that was a better one. No doubt that was a better one. Oh no! That is bad news. It's been one of those days, guys. One of those days. You know what? I think on that note, we're gonna call it. Okay, guys, 2 o'clock. As you saw, an absolute grind of a day out on the California Delta. I've said this before, but man, it happens. It can be one of the best fisheries in the world and one of the toughest fisheries in the world. And today is definitely one of those tough days. And it just goes to show, you know, a bite, a pattern we got on a couple of days ago with Alden really wasn't there. The jig bite was gone. We saw some fish up shallow cruising, even some big ones. And, you know, we caught a few okay ones on the popper. Did get one on that toxic baits, Hogs, which was cool. Thought my first fish on that bait would be at least least a couple of pounds, but hey, we still got bit on it. Cool bait. We'll definitely be throwing that some more when the opportunity presents itself. As always, every trip out, I film and share with you guys, and today was one of the tough ones. That is it for the Delta for now. Next stop will actually be back at Clear Lake. We have the Tournament of Champions for the Wild West Bass Trail. First year, Wild West hosted a kayak division, and you had to make the top 50 to qualify for the TOC. We luckily made the top 50. So in a few days, we'll be heading up to Clear Lake, do 1 day of practice, the official day of practice, and then of course the 2-day tournament TOC, battling it out with 49 other anglers. Yeah, I'm excited to fish a tournament again. It seems like it's been forever. So yeah, that is today's video. As always, thank you guys for tuning in, for coming along, and I will see you guys in the next one up at Clear Lake.